Here is my DCEU update for this first week of 2022. Now, I've already done a couple of videos earlier this week on the weekend because of the news that dropped over the weekend that supposedly the Flash movie is going to be erasing everything and starting fresh with an all-female, pretty much, Justice League with Batgirl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman as the Trinity. You guys can go back and watch those videos. I am going to talk a little bit about the aftermath of that and some of the information that came out over the weekend. But first, I want to talk about Blue Beetle. Now, that's something I've never talked about. But there is a Blue Beetle movie that is going to be coming out, and it was scheduled to be an HBO Max movie, but it is now going to theaters. And if they do it right, I think that could be a very good thing. I don't know the kid's name. He's in Cobra Kai. He is the main kid in Cobra Kai. He is going to be the one who is playing Blue Beetle. He has been in for a couple of costume fittings, and he said it's going to be a practical suit. It is not going to be CGI, which could be pretty freaking cool. Now, I will tell you, they are probably going to have to use some CGI. With suits like that, you can't get everything to move just right. Otherwise, it looks kind of funky. That's why they've never really done a full-blown Darth Vader series with him doing all kinds of crazy stuff except for the end of Rogue One because the costume is kind of prohibitive. But with technology, we can get past that with CGI and some other things. So I'm not going to assume that the whole thing is going to be practical, but he will be in for, the majority of it when he's standing still and probably not doing action shots. It is a practical suit, which is pretty freaking cool. Because of what happened over the weekend, there was rumors that Shazam was going to be part of the Justice League, and the director of the movie, he was surprised by that and came out and said, everything's coming up Batson. So that was pretty funny that he came out and made a comment of all of this. We also had the guy who was going to play Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League. People asked him, should we be giving up hope? And he said, absolutely not, because of you guys, the fans, that there is still hope to bring the SnyderVerse back. So let's talk about the aftermath of what happened over the weekend. There have been some wild reports that came out. One of these things, and this I didn't know, but the girl, I don't like to mention her, but Grace Randolph, to me, she's a hack, okay? I've watched lots of her videos in the past, and she just kind of runs with the wind. She's not she's more of a Marvel person than she is DC, and she's crapped on a lot of the DC stuff in the past. She just does whatever's popular. I don't think she has any direction one way or another. She just goes with the wind. Well, she apparently works for a company, Deadline, and there are rumors out there that Warner Brothers wanted this out there so that they could see the reaction. There's other reports I've seen where they said the Flash has gone through extensive reshoots because that was the original plan, and that she pulled this information from an article that they did like a year ago, and she's bringing it back up. And that they have completely changed the plan since then, which I do believe to be the case. I know when Ben Affleck came onto the project, he actually had them change stuff in order for him to come back. He had some things that he required of the writing, of the director, and of the writers before he would even agree to be in the movie. And he was recently in an interview where he said he loved being in the movie. It was a fantastic experience, and he loved being Batman again. And the other thing that Grace Randolph said in that post was that Henry Cavill's done. He's no longer Superman for reasons she's mentioned in the past. And those reasons have to do with him wanting more money and having kind of a big head. She's talked about this in the past. Here's what we do know. Okay, what she says is not always true. Whatever anybody ever says on YouTube or on Twitter, you can't have any guarantees until these things actually happen. The information I bring you, I'm kind of impartial. Now, I want the SnyderVerse restored, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to bring you false information. I'm not going to tell you I know what's going on because, honestly, I'm more confused now than before the weekend started. But I do want to talk about what we do know. We know that Henry Cavill wants to come back. He wants to be Superman again. And there were reports over the weekend that he is in renegotiations to be Superman for the long term, which is what he's always wanted. So there could be negotiations going on behind the scenes. What we do know is I keep saying his name wrong. Ben Affleck has not come out and said he is done playing Batman. Yes, he has come out and said he's done with IP movies. He never said he was done with the role of Batman. And I tell people, this goes back to the Jimmy Kimmel thing. If you go back and watch the Jimmy Kimmel interview, he never said he was done playing Batman. He said he was done with the Batman, the movie, not playing the character. And I stood by that until he announced he was coming back for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and in fact, he's in The Flash. So that is not what happened. We're running into the same thing. You have to watch what these actors say. They are under contract. They can't say certain things. He never said he's done playing Batman. He said he's done with further IP movies and he's no longer interested in those types of roles. That doesn't mean he isn't going to continue with the Batman role. It just means in the future he's not going to take roles like that in the future. So I guarantee you if they dangle enough money in front of Cavill and in front of Affleck, yes, they are going to come back. And I guarantee you if Zack Snyder comes back, they're coming back. So let's talk about what's going on with the whole Zack Snyder thing. Zack Snyder, here's what we do know. The individual who is playing Green Lantern, he said there's still hope. You've got the guy who played Darkseid. He's coming out saying, we hope there's future stuff. And you have also the man himself, Zack Snyder, posting new things. He posted that thing for Final Crisis over Thanksgiving, where he's doing research and it had the book in the back. There is something going on that we don't know, that nobody knows, that is being kept under wraps. What was interesting over the weekend is they're starting to release tidbits of what's happening with this whole Discovery thing. And they talked about David Zaslav putting his team together. And I forget the guy's name. He was the one that helped bring Zack Snyder's Justice League to fruition, that he will be out. He's going to be out of a job for sure. We don't know what's going to happen with Hamada or some of those other toxic people down there working at Warner Brothers. Hopefully they will see the door also when this whole thing takes place. We don't know the exact date on when that happens. What we do know also is that David has said himself that he wants to focus on the top three characters, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. He knows the fans love these characters. He knows that we want to see these characters on the screen. And it seems that Warner Brothers is hell-bent on not using these characters except for Robert Pattinson coming to play in the Batman film. There's rumors out there, this is rumor too, that they have done 2 different endings for The Flash, and one actually has Henry Cavill in it as Superman, and that there are 2 possible endings. So it may come down to the fact that nobody is going to know what happens until that movie gets released. But I am taking a wait-and-see attitude at this stage. I am not going to... I want to see what's going to happen. And this is what happened with me with The Last Jedi. I wanted to know going into that movie what was going to happen. Because of what Rian Johnson did to destroy the second film, I wanted to know what was happening before the movie came out, and I was okay knowing that, and I enjoyed the movie. It was better than what I read, even though most of it was on par. I'm going to be okay doing that with The Flash as well. I would like to go in being surprised, but here's the thing. I'm not going to give my money to a machine that's going to destroy what Zack Snyder has created. If it does come out that they're erasing Batman, they're erasing Superman, I'm done with that whole thing. Like, I will not give money to that whole thing. What I will guarantee you is they're going to try to keep that story under wraps as much as they can, at least until Black Adam comes out, because we've got Black Adam and we have the Batman coming out. People are going to see the Batman regardless of what happens. I'm excited to see it. I'm a Batman fan. I was against it until I knew that Ben Affleck was coming back for The Flash. And, you know, it's going to be good to see Michael Keaton back, but I don't want a 70-year-old Batman going forward, and I definitely don't want Batgirl taking over for Batman. That doesn't make any sense. We haven't established the core Justice League yet, and that's what fans like me and probably the majority of fans want to see out of Warner Brothers. They were never going to provide that, so it's time for Discovery to step up and fix the mess that has been caused. And David Zaslav, I hope I'm saying his name, it's Zaslav, I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. I've got to see an interview so I can get his name right going forward. It could be something completely different, but every indication is that he's going to fix everything. And once that merger hits, we're probably going to get some pretty big announcements, and I will be covering everything as we move forward. So I don't have a company backing me. I'm just a person who loves DC. I'm a person who loves that whole universe, and I love the properties that Warner Brothers has, but I don't like what Warner Brothers has done with a lot of these properties. So I'm eager to see what's going to happen in the future. I'm grateful for, I picked up almost 60 subscribers over the weekend because of the videos I put out, and I hope I'm getting more people to come in. I want to share my passion with this, with other people, and I love when people comment. Please comment. If I have the chance, I will definitely respond. I'm one of those fans just like everybody else, and I want to see these things come to fruition. So we're going to see where this leads. If any other big information comes out, I will be doing more videos. I had to do the 2 over the weekend. And if anything else comes out between now and next week, I will be doing another video as well. I do appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm in this for the long term. So I will see you guys on the next video.